So this just goes to show you. Oh, by the way, welcome back. Next episode. Thanks for joining it. Yep, there's the old classic. And these will be the swaths that'll be getting done later today, so you'll be getting brought along for that one. I figured this is a good way to show the difference when you have lodged crop. So when I was going that way, I baled that, and then from here, when I got to the end of this swath going that way, going against the lodged crop, so it's facing out of the header. When I got to the end of the row, I tied a bale right at the end of the row. The buzzer went off. So I've just dropped the bale here, coming back the other way. So this shows you the difference between baling into the lodged crop, which means you're getting 100% of the plants into the header, versus away from. There's the difference. It's a good probably 100 feet, so 30 yards. Good 30 yards difference to make a bale. Now if you equate that across a field, that can add up like big time. Now like I said, for the most part, I get all the important bits of the plant up, but you look out there, there's still a lot of stuff there, and that's green stem with leaf and stuff. So you could go back afterwards and cut all of that stuff and then bale it up and get another probably dozen bales if you wanted to. But yeah, I just thought that was a really neat way to show the difference. Like, it might not look like much when you're cutting it. You think, oh, I'm getting most of it. I don't know how I'd equate that to probably somewhere between 5 and 10% going by. There's the end of the field just right back there to there. So yeah. Lesson today at the University of Viper Doug. So, final tally. So this is roughly, approximately, give or take, 20 or 30 carry the one. It's about 80 acres this field. And removing the tank and a half of oats that I will be combining, we have 323 green feed bales complete. I will be baling up the straw that's coming out of the combine, which will still have feed value, as I said in the previous video, not as high as these ones. So 323 of these, and then there will be another 20 or 30 feedable straw bales, we'll call it that, once I'm done, because that side was combined and I baled that up. I actually haven't counted that because my monitor, the bale counter, doesn't work. There's a bit of a issue in the plug-in and the wiring harness. I don't know if it's a sensor or what it is. So I keep a hockey goal counter right there. So that's how I count my bales. So yeah, this baler hasn't done a whole lot of bales because I had to get a brand new monitor a couple of years ago. And so since then, let's see if I can do this without crashing into a bale. 526 bales this baler has done. Actually closer to about 2,500. But this is where we're at. So, I don't know if I showed this already. I filled a tote bag from the combine, and as you can kind of see beyond the combine, there's a creep feeder behind it. So that's already more than half full. Point the camera at it, Doug. So I'm going to zoom back out I still have, what do I have here? 3 pairs of long rows, because these are the big runs. So I've got these 3 pairs still to do. So I'm going to, that should pretty well fill the combine back up. So that way I can fill the creep feeder, and then I'll figure out what to do with the rest of it. So yeah, I'll bring you back. We'll get the old beast fired up. Cuts of the year. So this is second cut. As you can see, all those bales are all nice and lovely jumpy. We won't be doing the third cut in the other field for a few weeks yet. But yeah, this is good and ready. But yeah, just to show you, up here on this lighter land, yeah, just the alfalfa really helps this ground come back. Even last year it did grow some, but and yes, those of you who will remember last year, I do this. Most people will be like, "Oh, you're losing your marbles there, Piper Doug." No, there's snow fences. I leave a gap every second cut, and that's for catching snow. So the snow piles up on those, and then it creates snowbanks, and then they get bigger and bigger across the field, especially up here in the lighter land. Did it last year, and we got about 6 bales to the acre, so who am I to argue with that? So get on. Time to clean up the bale yard. It's gonna start getting kind of crowded in here. Harvest moon. So I'll probably better get this video wrapped up and get it loaded up. So what are we up to? Going picking on these oat bales. The South 60 is cut, so second and final cut for that field is done. And yeah, all the locals will be like, he's lost his mind, look at all those missed strips in the field. Now you know why. I had a question posed to me considering that, and it was like, well, why would you go and buy something like that when for a couple of more grand you could have bought, you know, a small self-propelled combine? There is a New Holland old style 80s, actually it might be 70s, not far from here, and they were wanting 3,000 for it. And as tempting as that might be, two reasons why I went with that. One is that was cheaper. And the other thing is no AC. Because if you have a combine, you have an AC system, you hope. And then when you have trouble and you don't have AC, you're now sitting in an oven. I pretty much paid for that what it costs to buy a brand new AC pump and have it installed on this for a whole combine. I already have tractors, so I don't need another engine for oil changes, for belts, filters, all the parts that go into those, and electrical. There's hardly any electrical on that. So, like I said, that will do everything that we want to do for now. Even if we want to go ahead and put in 10, 20, 30 acres, that'll still be fine for the job. Just takes a little bit longer. If we ever, for some ever crazy reason, get into doing more acres than that, yeah, we'll look at maybe a bigger combine, maybe just a bigger pull type. Who knows? But for now, that's the reason. No AC, all the other engines, all that stuff. Because if you buy a self-propelled combine and you start having engine problems, you've got no combine. If I start having engine problems, I just stick that onto this or the other tractor. So I'm gonna go bale picking. Yeah, 320, what did I say? 323 bales, and then there's like another 20 something straw bales that will have feed value in them. I did go back out and cut all the stuff that was pointing the wrong way, so I'll be baling that up tomorrow or the next day, so that might be another 2 or 3 bales. Anyway, so yeah, thanks for watching. Tune in next time. Taddy bye for now. Neighbor man, does your dog ever stop barking, bud? Oh, there you go.